Going on live right now. Just a second. All right. Good morning, everyone. This is Jaslin. A very good morning to everyone, especially viewers from Singapore and to all my Chinese friends. 大家早上好. And Hong Kong viewer, 大家早晨. Of course, to all my wonderful viewers from the Philippines, maganda umaga. All right. Hi, Pastor Rusty for joining. Hi, Mr. Montero. Good morning. Montero from Macau. San, all my friends in Macau. All right, just a second, yeah. For recording. Okay, anyway, I just go ahead. Welcome to Healthy is Sexy by Simply Nature. This is Jaslin live in the Philippines. And every Thursday at 10 a.m., please join me. I hope you guys had a wonderful week so far. I'm sure you did, and thank you for watching me live on FB sharing about health. Okay, I'm still trying to adjust the screen. All right, that's great. Back to the norm. All right, I hope you guys had a better view. I have tried a new device to bring out the lighting. See, if there's no lighting, it's like that. But there's lighting. Better, right? Okay. Hi, Peng Wai and Santos. Good morning, everyone. Okay, still trying to get the angle right. Going on to live is really not easy for myself. I'm not a techie person. All right, but I'm also not in terms of liking to speak in front of so many audience at the same time. Healthy, sexy. Yes, good morning. Morning, Pastor Rusty. And now I have to find out with like new things like device such as that, like that, to make sure that I have lightings and I look good on screen and catching the right angle, All right. Discussion aside, please do not hesitate to post me on any questions, suggestions, comment, and topics that you're always concerned about, interesting to know about. Honestly, it's really not easy to decide what to share every week, as I said last week, because everything I'm dealing with daily, seems so important. And that I've been asking which is the top urgent topic to share with people. And where to start on the root cause of all health issue. If you guys knew about that, there's everything that you'd be surprised there's a root cause of any ailment. And what are people's most desired health outcome besides getting your 6 abs and your hourglass figure? What is your most desired outcome? I mean, for people above 40s, people are looking at anti-aging. So that is also one desired outcome. So I have to strike a balance between what I felt is important to you and what you think is important to yourself. When I ask around, people are really concerned on their weight. Guess that's because they can't fit into the latest, most trendy dress, or even for the guys that you can't fit into your latest Korean style tight pants, right? So actually, before I start, I just want to recap on the 6 proven ways to lose belly fats. If you guys heard what I shared last week, 6 proven ways to lose belly fat. Just a recap, all right? Number 1, cut sugar and sugar sweetener drinks. Very easy, right? Number 2, do increase your protein in a long-term strategy to reduce belly fats. Protein, which I will recommend 80% plant protein and the 20% meat protein. So do strike a balance between that. Number 3, cut carbs from your diet. All right, carbs like white carbs, white sugar, white rice, white bread. These are bad carbs. Better carbs are mixed carbs, macaroni, spaghetti. These are better carbs. Of course, brown rice or red rice. Number 4, eat rich in fiber food, especially with a lot of fiber. One of the good carbs I always recommend people who are actually sickly or recovering from illnesses or surgery, go for carbs with high sugar, but yet high fiber like sweet potato. So these are natural carbs. Hi, Anthony. Thank you for joining once again. And number 5, exercise, right? As I mentioned, Anthony is a great footballer. Exercise is a very effective way at reducing fat. I'm sure Anthony can witness that. Number 6, do track your food intake and figure out what exactly and how much you should be eating. So as I said, many apps and fantastic apps out there that you could actually download on your computer, on your handphone, especially on the handphone, and to measure the kind of food that you eat and the calories count. So that was last week, 6 proven ways to lose belly fats. What do I have for you this week? As my topic says, something to do with healing. But you see, when you hear healing, it's a positive word. But then it comes up with the other word called crisis. So it's like a negative, positive, negative kind of connotation. So healing is a good word, right? Especially people going on surgery or they just recover from an illness. Healing is something that they want to know, something that they know the body is going through already. So crisis, what does crisis mean? It actually means that during healing, there are times when you are going through detoxification and therefore you encounter this crisis process. Probably you feel painful, you feel discomfortable. So there is a crisis. So let me share with you what I'm going to share with you today, all right? I want people to know that healing crisis is a natural progression when your body is going through healing. So what exactly is healing crisis? In a scientific term, which I find very hard to pronounce, correct me if I'm wrong, it's called Herxheimer reaction. Herxheimer as in Herxheimer. Herxheimer reaction. Healing crisis. There's an increasing number of people today are trying alternative healing methods like myself to cleanse and to detoxify your body, right? Simple methods such as switching to a natural diet or natural food diet like juicing to increase nutrition or some form of fasting are used to cleanse the body of toxic in the hopes of naturally addressing long-standing symptoms such as chronic migraine, chronic headache, gout, adult acne, allergies, or arthritis, and even high blood, high cholesterol, and diabetic, which are commonly known and is happening in a lot of people in the world. It's a common topic that we've been discussing in our country, in Philippines, in Asia especially, because we are already, in a way, overeating. Okay, so more intensive method may be used to perform cleansing of the body, eliminations of toxic from even organs, colon, kidney, and liver. However, many people trying this an alternative health cleansing method, discontinue them halfway through. They could have given up. They say, okay, I'm going to go for a good 1 month, 30 days body overhaul, cleaning up, detoxification, whatever you name it, or cleansing. 4 days later, they discovered that they couldn't take the healing crisis or the healing process or Herxheimer reaction. They discontinue, and then because they experience discomfort. Generally, this discomfort are in actuality not a new disease or ailment affecting the body, but rather, as I said, a healing crisis, okay? So what is healing crisis? A healing crisis happens when symptoms from disease or toxic release in a detoxification process manifests itself in your body again. As I said, also known as Herxheimer reaction. A healing crisis occurs when disease that was stored in your bodies for, donkey years. If you have been suffering diabetic for the last 5 years and your medication, just imagine how much toxic in your body. If you have been suffering migraine and you've been ignoring for the last 5 to 10 years because you are always on your computer, working 24/7, there's no rest, there's no recovery, there's no proper intake of nutrition. Literally, you ignore the fact that you have been sitting on this issue, for example, migraine or constipation, for the last donkey years, as many years that you've been working in a very hectic lifestyle, there's so many years that your toxic has accumulated in your body, right? You knew it. You can't deny it because it will get worse and worse. Probably you used to have migraine once a week. It became twice a week. It became 3 times a week. And it became every day. So then you are relying on things like painkiller, something that just relieve your pain temporarily, but it came back again. So you see, healing is so important for every one of us. If you're not conscious about it, you will probably be accumulating toxic for many years in your life and just ignoring the fact that it exists. So a healing crisis occurs when bodies store toxic. And then when they are released at the fastest rate, then can properly eliminate it. Meaning to say that when you are going through your healing process, right? And the body is going on a fast speed in clearing out and eliminating, as I said at the last few episodes, expelling toxic. So then, obviously, you're going to have some reactions like some withdrawal symptoms. I always like to give an example. For example, a drug addict, right? Why do we say that they're drug addict? Because they have been overdosed of drugs just to keep themselves high, and in the drug addict manner, you cannot imagine what they are going through in our body. Literally, they are increasing toxic in our body by taking a lot of drugs that are not needed for the body, but they just want to feel good, right? So let's say for a drug addict that's been on drug for the last 7 years, and if we were to put them into a drug rehabilitation center, usually, and most of them, in the first 1 month, they will go through this term, which most of us will have heard before, cold turkey, right? So what is cold turkey? It is really the same concept of withdrawal symptoms or healing crisis, that you're allowing the body to drain out the addiction of drugs that has been sitting on their body for the last don't know how many years. So this is the same as for us. The toxicity in our body that's been sitting there for 5 years, 7 years, 10 years, or 15 years, especially if you're already on drugs for maintenance like high blood, high cholesterol, and diabetic, please be prepared to go through the healing process, right? I'm saying the healing process is part and parcel of your body healing stage or progression. So healing crisis is categorized by a temporary increase in discomfort symptoms during cleansing or detoxification. So you'll be hearing a lot of similar words like detoxification, toxing, cleansing, and these are all interrelated. So such symptoms, for some people may be mild, for some people may be severe, depending on the body original toxicity, as I mentioned. But rest assured, they are definitely just temporarily, all right? They can occur immediately within several days or several weeks of cleansing process. The symptoms are experienced in a reverse order, which I will explain, of when the body was originally exposed to their cause of illness. Okay, let me share with you my story, all right? So when I was 19 and I started to join the banking industry, as you know, at that time, okay, I shall not reveal my age, or you guys can just guess. Okay, you guys interested to guess, you can just post it there. When I started my first job in the banking industry, and that was during the Asia crisis time, wow, so stressful. In a banking scene, is very rewarding, that's for sure. If you guys are a banker out there, you know what I'm saying. It's definitely rewarding to be working in a banking industry, all right? And you learn a lot of things. You get to see a lot of things. You get to learn a lot of things. You get to experience a lot of things. But truth be told, it is also super stressful. At that time, we are mending a desk, Japan hour, Hong Kong hour, Singapore hour. Some of my clients actually we have to take care of them because they trade during the US hours. And of course, we have the European hours trading. So it's like, in Hokkien, mo me bo jip, daily you are stressful, about every trade, about every client request and their demand. So in a stressful environment, and without proper intake of medication, nutrients, without much rest, and at that time we're young, so we don't care much about. I mean, young people out there, you don't care much about your health when you are 18 or you're 19 or your 20s, right? So then slowly but surely at that time, I developed migraine, and it became so severe that it used to be once a month, it became twice a month, it became every week. Sometimes it happens to me on twice a week. So I started to develop migraine when I was like in my 20s. So let me give you a number. I had my migraine when I was 20. Then 2 years later, I developed, if I didn't really care much, you know, I was on like, okay, migraine headache, right? In Singapore, Panadol, you know, painkiller. So I ignore the fact that I had this migraine, you know, on and off. Yes, you drink some herbal tea just to make sure that you are not overheated in your body. In the Chinese term, you are not inflamed in your body, so you go for chrysanthemum tea. Then 2 years later, I started to develop like my menses, you know, start to have severe cramp. I don't used to have that, you know, no proper rest again, no proper intake of nutrients, no proper taking care of don't have the value of health in my books. I started to develop from migraine. I started to develop menstruation cramp. You know, hi, good morning, Christopher. Hi, Elvin. Hi, Mei Ling. You know, hi, Joe. Hi, everyone. All right, my friends are all on board listening to my story. Okay, so after 2 years, you know, I developed menstruation cramp. Then another thing happened after 2 years again, which is like the 5 years of my work life in the banking industry. So stressful. I developed eczema. Eczema was something that is so annoying. All right, literally, I have to visit National Skin Center almost every month just to get the medication, which is steroid. And from a very basic steroid cream, I have advanced to the highest level of steroid cream that is not going to help on my development of the improvement of my skin eczema. You know, eczema, I'm not sure anyone out there understood that. It's actually a way, you know, that the body is triggering and signaling to you that your detoxification process, which is usually through mucus, through cough, through your urination, through your poops, and through your perspiring. This is the way your body detox, the 5 ways of detoxing for your body. But because my body is in the mesh at that time already, detoxification has came out from the skin. So in a very holistic way of looking at it, now my detoxification is coming through the skin due to the stress level that I had in the body. So if you have eczema, very likely your body is triggering and signaling to you that your usual or natural detoxification process through your mucus, through your cough phlegm, through your sweat, and through your poop is no longer functioning normally. That's why your detoxification is through your skin right now. So I developed eczema for at least the next 2 years. See, the progression is like that. First, I had migraine. I ignored it for 2 years. Then I start to have my menses cramp. Then I ignore it again. I start to have eczema. So you see, this is what it means by your body get from bad to worse, right? So what happened when I decided to go on my detox program? When I decided to go on a proper overhaul and healing for my body. So as usual, I went through the healing progression, healing process, or Herxheimer reaction. So my healing progress started to take charge on my eczema. So I started to heal from my eczema. So what happened was when I was on this program, my eczema started to come back again, right? But it was not as severe as I thought. But it came back again. The redness came back. The itchiness came back. But then it rested for a while. And another 2 days later, it came back again. So this is where the body is triggering the healing process already. All right. So then about 2 weeks later, I start to experience, interesting, you know, I start to experience feverish. So my temperature went up 37, 38, 39, came down again, 38, 37, and then went up again, 38, 39. So it was up and down for 2 weeks. And you can't believe At that time, I was perspiring like mad. I had to change at least 3 sets of clothes every like 6 hours because I could feel that something is happening and healing is taking place. So it was good, right? And the thing about it, which I would want to share, if you are going through a healing progression or healing process, if your body is really perspiring, you will actually smell, all right? So that's a good thing. The body is actually detoxing. So perspiring is actually a good indication that your body is going through an overhauling again. So this analogy means that the progression will be in a reverse setting. So whatever was your latest disease, you will come back again. For my case, eczema. Then I start to heal from my migraine. No more migraine within a week already. So I started to realize, no more migraine. Then almost a month, it didn't happen again. But it came back once, like every 2 months. And then it started to subside. Then the last one was actually my menses cramp started to subside as well. So you see, why am I sharing with you this? Healing crisis is a progression, it's a process. So people will ask me, so how long it will take, when I go through this? It really depends. But on average, a person will go through healing crisis in the first to 3 months. It will not last 1 to 3 months. What I mean is between 1st to 3 months. For some people, the healing crisis will start immediately on the next day when you decided and you had already went on a healing program. But for some people, it starts 2 weeks. For some people, it started on the 2nd week. So it really depends on the person toxicity level. So let me explain what it means by healing progression. It's like covering a wall with a new coat of paint every year, right? After many years, you decide to strip off all the paints off the wall and give it a fresh new coat. But as you start stripping the paint, you see all the earlier layer, and it comes off in a reverse order. So human bodies work in the similar fashion. As the body stores fats, the chemistry of the fats reflects the internal body condition. At the same time, the fat was stored. So each year, a residue of the virus and bacteria and toxic you were exposed to will get stored in your fatty deposit. Hi, James. So similar to paint stripping analogy, as the body is cleansed, stored toxic and bacteria and viruses are then released. As they are released, symptoms experienced with a particular disease, like for my case, my eczema came back, my menses cramp came back for a while, and then my migraine came back for a while. And these events, they are associated with the toxic, are the re-experience, but it will be slowly taper off as your body is healed. Hi, David. Thank you for joining me. So after explaining healing process, after explaining Herxheimer reaction, why am I explaining about this? I just want to encourage you, but if you have decided to get your health back, if you have decided to restore your health, this is a natural progression. So healing crisis is a natural progression, right? So I'm just sharing with you the great benefit of healing crisis. You see, the threat of toxic that accumulated in the human body is increasingly unbelievable, that is going to pose a major health risk to your health. The chemical, biological infection agents that we're exposed to, few episodes away, I was sharing about how much we're exposed to because of the PBA content that we're exposed to. People are on plastic, using plastic bottle, plastic food, canned food, whatsoever, the PBA content we're already exposed to. And the drugs that we're exposed to, whenever you're sick, people are so tense. So the shortcut, right, is antibiotics. So we're exposed to toxic again. And how about the food that we're eating nowadays? We're exposed to hormones, injection in every animals, that we eat, and exposed to all the chemical intake in our food as well. This toxicity are causing side effect or poisoning in our body, and these harmful substances are found throughout the body, in your blood, urine, tissues, and even organs. As well as for moms that is doing breastfeeding, breast milk and cord blood, which actually is a direct provision and became a threat to your fetal and newborn health. So hear it well, eliminating such toxic from our body is a vital part of allowing the repair of the damaged cells and tissue that can result in a normal process, which is called healing crisis. So healing crisis is a common experience centered on the basis that you become worse before you become better. In other words, symptoms can worsen before it begin to disappear, as I mentioned. So actually it's a good thing, for some of our clients, they were on our healing program. We have many types of healing programs. So for some, they are going through detoxification because they have been constipated for the last 5 years. That means they only go less than 7 times poops in a week. And when I said regular poops, it means you really have to go every day. But if you are only pooping 5 times a week, or 4 times a week, or 3 times a week, then obviously you are categorized under constipated patients. So this category of patients we also have patients that are going through our healing program because they want to, hopefully in the near 3 to 6 months, off medication from high blood, high cholesterol, diabetic. We do have programs like that because we have a fantastic product, as I mentioned the last time, ppars. You can Google ppars.asia, or you can just go to the website ppars.asia, ASIA, and later you can click on the link and go to our website and go to our page and even our Facebook, follow us, because we are really going to share very up and important health issue that's coming in the next century. And it concerns every one of us, especially if you are born in 1960s and later. Okay? So, when they are going through all the healing process, they will be so concerned about how long it takes for me to go through this pain, this discomfort. And I always encourage them, look at the long term. You rather go it now, or you want to do it later. That's why I was posting this comment yesterday, suffer now or suffer later. You choose. I always give it a choice to my patients, to my clients, suffer now or suffer later. If you are young and you could suffer now and recover your health within 1 year, then when you reach 60s, when you reach 70s, you have no major health issue. But if you delay the healing process, you would imagine how much toxicity you have even accumulated over the years. So I always encourage people to look at it on the brighter side. Short-term pain is long-term gain. All right? Short-term pain is long-term gain. So the more severe side effect that you will experience from the release of endotoxin means the higher number of infectious organisms being killed in your body. Isn't it great? The more the side effect or the more the healing crisis, you know that the body is fighting and killing all the toxicity and expelling out of the body. This elimination of bacteria over time result in a reduction of endotoxic in your body and the improvement of your health. So I've shared my story, right? The sign you'll be experiencing during the healing progress, it is the beginning, so it's really when you have going through the healing crisis, I always said that celebrate the beginning of the betterment of your health while being stricken with suffering, by doing the right thing for your body to endure. The end result is improved health. So always look at the end result. Short-term pain is long-term gain. So understand the biological activity taking place as a result of detoxification can help you overcome the feeling of frustration, annoyance. Sometimes you feel angry, why am I putting myself in a situation of healing crisis? Think of it positive. Suffer now now or suffer later, especially of those in their 40s. You had recently, for example, gone through a company health check, and then you realize that your medical results, right, are not so promising. Maybe you contracted with high blood, high cholesterol, fatty liver, diabetic, high sugar, high ATA, high dairy. So, if you guys have any question, any comment, please put it there so that I could answer it at the same time. So what do I always advise these people? See, the Bible said that the truth will set you free. So now you have the truth. You have fatty acid, you have fatty liver, you have gout, you have high blood, you have high cholesterol, you have high sugar, you're diabetic. So I will always speak honestly to my friends, my clients, to my relatives, to my patients. Since your medical result, right, is not so promising. So would you like to see improve or worsen? So of course the answer most people will give is improve. Then my next question would be, so what are you willing to do to make sure it will improve? Then my client will pause or think for a long time. The next question would be a choice that they must be willing to make. So I always said health is in your hand. But the truth is actually health is in your brain. Health is in your hand or health is in your brain. Because you will start to think a lot of things that you need to sacrifice, a lot of things that you need to endure. The question is always, do you really want to get well or you must get well? So I always will pin it down to whether is it you want it or it's a must. So those clients whose answer to me is a must, they will achieve fantastic health improvement in a short time. And I've seen clients that are so excited, that they say, okay, I must, for the sake of my wife, for the sake of my spouse, for the sake of my children, they're still so young, I must get my health back. And this client, they recover within a short 1 month period. You'll be surprised from a diabetic patient that's on metformin for the last 1 year, they could drop medication within a month. Using our ppars, one of the best seller for reducing our blood sugar, high blood, high cholesterol, and even people suffering from liver, fatty acid, liver weakening, they really love ppars because it has improved their body tremendously within 1 to 3 months. So, but those clients that answer to me is, okay lah, I want to get well, I want to improve. Doesn't have a strong motivation behind them to get well quickly. So, there is actually this Chinese saying. Okay, wait, let me get my water. There's actually this Chinese saying. If you're Chinese out there, whether you agree with me or not, hope my Mandarin is still okay. 吃得了苦的人只会吃半辈子的苦，吃不了苦的人会吃一辈子的苦。So in English, as you say, that those who are able to endure suffering now will only will only suffer half of their life, but those who cannot endure suffering will suffer all their life. So what do you mean by that? If you are able to endure the suffering right now, going through healing progression, healing process, you would enjoy the rest of your life with good health, with good benefit of health, with good strength. So there's really this saying that is so true, 先苦后甜, suffer now and then enjoy later. So by saying this, apply to all aspects of our life, but not just about health. It's a perspective in life that you must decide. The truth is that many people know about this truth. Suffer now, enjoy later, short-term pain, long-term gain. But many ignore the fact, they just want immediate gratification, immediate restoration. But is there such thing in life? No, there is always a progression. There's always a journey. There's always a season. There's always something that you need to do to sacrifice in order to get it. So many times we always ask our client to say, okay, so during healing process, please cut down on your sugar intake. Please cut down on your sweet. Please cut down on your coffee. Please cut down on your cakes. Please cut down on your spices and whatever that you need to sacrifice. But many of them give up halfway because they feel more painful to suffer now than later. But here I am to encourage you that this healing progression is important and is crucial. If you are going through it now, go through it completely, then you will gain the health that will be sustainable and you can hang on and have a promising health the rest of your life if you understood that toxicity should be removed from your health as soon as you discover it. So some symptoms as I shared along, you might experience discomfort, your old ailment will come back again for a short time, but then it will go away and taper off, so here are some of the recommended, recommended progressions that I will encourage you to do during your healing process. Drink plenty of water, right? As I mentioned, water is the essential and the cheapest form of cleansing agent to help release toxic from your body. Again, increase your fiber intake, take more fiber product so that you also help to accelerate the eliminations of toxicity from your liver and from your kidney. All right. If you are fatigued, okay. For your betterment of the health, rest, sleep, so that your body can be put in the rest mode and the rest of the organs has to start to do the repair state. Actually, the truth is a lot of us doesn't have enough sleep. And I have said before, sleep before 11 or better still if you can 10:30, right? Every night and wake up early so that you could actually start the day fresh. And of course, for some of the people out there who had a form of exercise, continue exercise, so that while doing the exercise, it can actually activate the body cells and you will actually perspire, and perspire is really the better and the natural form of also elimination of toxicity. So just to repeat, in Mandarin, 吃得了苦的人只会吃半辈子的苦，吃不了苦的人就会吃一辈子的苦。Those who are able to endure suffering now will only suffer half of their life. But those who cannot endure suffering would most likely suffer all the rest of their life. So this 先苦后甜 is not just a form of saying, but it's really a form of application. If you are able to bear with the healing crisis, do not give up. When you have already started, do not give up. Go through the whole healing process. Then you will see your health improve, you have strength back, you have everything that you needed for your health, and you do not have to fear of any crises in your health anymore. So that's all I have for you today. Embrace healing process, understood the benefit and the beauty of healing process. All right. And do follow me on my page, Jaslin Chua. Go to my page, Jaslin Chua, click on the icon following and click see first so that whenever I'm on live, you are alerted as well. So do also follow us on Simply Nature, SIMPLYNATURE, Simply Nature. Click and follow us. I'll be on the show FB Live every Thursday, 10:30 a.m. No, 10 a.m. All right, every Thursday, 10 a.m. And click on the link if you are looking at losing 5 pounds or getting a health back. Click on the link. There's a one-time offer, as I shared the last time, a great fiber that we have been pushing in this market. And for other rest of the country, click on the second link. Of course, if you are looking for a wholesome food protein, as I mentioned, protein is important for the reducing of belly fats. Click on the www.asia, ppars.asia, and then, of course, don't miss out any updates. Join our community at the last link. So, brought to you by simplynature.asia and ppars.asia. This is Jaslin Chua signing out, and thank you everyone for listening today. Have a good week. Bye.